Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Messages from above with Toni Greene. I am Toni Greene, and I am so delighted to be here with you today. So it is such an honor to be on Goldylocks Productions with Tiffany. Tiffany is the producer of the show, and she has put this amazing station together that allows people like myself and Jimmy Mack and Marla Martinson to come together and offer you the absolute best healing modalities and psychic readings. So just thank you, Tiffany, for doing that and allowing us to be part of it. Goldylocks Productions is such an incredible station, and we have now gone live on Facebook. So right now, all of my pages should be popping up with my show. And again, thank you, Tiffany. So I am very excited to be here today and to have this show. If you would like a reading, I'm looking for my cheat sheet, which I think I left over there, but I have a cheat sheet that has all the number, dun, 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 dun. Okay, if you would like a reading, please call in. The number is 713-955-0332. Again, the number is 713-955-0332. Call in. Do you have a question? Do you want to connect with a loved one on the other side? Go ahead and call in. I will be happy to answer your question or help you connect with a loved one on the other side. I'm a psychic, a medium, a channel. I'm an author. I have 5 books. My latest book is Channeled Messages from Above, which is just an amazing book. Also, I have 4 books that are designed to help you evolve. All 5 books were channeled through me for you. So that's really important to know. Technically, I wrote these books, but more importantly, they were just channeled through me. I also have 2 TV shows, Create a Life You Love, which showcases entrepreneurs and business owners and lets them share their story about how they came to where they are. And Psychic Medium Toni G, where again, I'm just giving readings because that's what I do. That's what I love to do. That's what I've done since I was a child. So if you would like a reading, go ahead and call in 713-955-0332. I want to tell you next week, every first Monday of the month, I'm working on this. I think it's set up. I think it's a done deal. Every first Monday of the month, I will have Jimmy Mack on. Now, Jimmy Mack's this really incredible healer. So that when he's on, it's so much fun because people ask a question, I answer the question, and then Jimmy does the healing. And it's just really amazing to get those instant answers and instant healings. And next Monday is the first Monday of the month. Can you believe it? We're already into September. Oh my goodness. So I am going to let you know that if you want to call in next week, really call in ahead and allow yourself to get in that space where you are able to be one of the first callers so that you can get that reading and that healing next Monday. And then on, I believe it's the 11th, the following Monday, I will have Zarathustra on. And Zarathustra is also a healer. This is the first time I'll be having him on a show. So it'll be really interesting to work with Zarathustra and see how he works and just that whole his type of healing work. And then Marla Martenson will be starting a show on Goldylocks Productions, I believe in September. And she is going to, her show, I believe, is called The Mystical Matchmaker. And I'll be a guest on her show, and I know she's going to be a guest on my show. And Marla's really amazing also. So if you have a question, yep, October 11th with Marla is when Marla starts her show, October 11th. That's awesome. So please watch for Marla's show also. She's a lot of fun. She and I have done a number of YouTube shows together about clearing and opening chakras, and we just, most of the time we're just cracking up. But it's good. It's a good cracking up. It's a good laughing. It's a good funny. We did a Facebook Live together once, and well, just most of the comments were how funny we were, mostly because we couldn't figure out the Facebook Live. Okay. So again, the call-in number is 713-955-0332. If you have a question or you'd like to connect with a loved one, please call in now. I'll help you to connect with a loved one that is gone home to the other side, or answer a question that you might have about life, love, whatever it may be. While we're here, I want to share with you a little something. Life is not easy. And a lot of times people will come to me and they'll say, I feel like everything is always against me, or something is against me, and I feel like I just can't get ahead. I try to get ahead, I can't get ahead. And for some of us, that's a period of time we go through, and it's a growth period. People don't realize that some of our strongest growth, or what I like to call evolving, comes from our hardest or most difficult challenges that we go through here on this plane. As we go through this existence, for every single person, I don't care. It's every single person. It's even every single pet goes through a period that allows them significant growth or evolving, a significant evolving process. And for some of us, we have that process several times throughout a lifetime. And we mistakenly call it a curse, or something else, or bad luck, or whatever it is. But when we really step back and look at it from heaven's eye, if you will, we understand that we've been given this golden nugget, this opportunity to grow and learn. If we wanted everything perfect, we would not have come down here. First, let me say that. And we're all sitting here going, well, why did I come down here that it's so hard? Well, because a lot of us came down here just because there's food here that we can taste. I know that sounds crazy, but think about coffee and chocolates and strawberries. I mean, a lot of us, you can't get that. I mean, it's not the same. We're a little orb of light. We don't need food without the body, right? So a lot of us come down here strictly for the food. I'm half joking with that one. But if we did want it perfect, if we wanted no adversity, if we wanted to just be purely blissed out, we would have stayed that little spark of light that is part of the whole up above. But instead we come in and we want to experience. We feel here. We feel love and pain and suffering. We feel evolving. We feel all of that here. So as we go through this incarnation, through this existence, we understand that the reason that we are here is to experience and to feel. Now, while we are experiencing and feeling, we are supposed to stay in that mode of love, which can be very challenging because when we feel we have been hurt, it feels very personal, and we feel like we want to shut down, build a wall, have a payback or revenge on that person, or not get hurt again. And that's the biggest feeling of all that blocks us. Because once we feel like I can never let that happen again, we start to build that wall and stop behaving as we would if we were never ever hurt. So as we go through this incarnation, the idea is to realize that being hurt is an illusion and a choice. Now, I know, I get it. I know what you want to say to me. You want to say, no, it's not a choice. We get hurt. But, you know, 5 people can be lined up and have the exact same thing happen to them, and each one will respond or react differently. And each one will have different feelings about it. Some will look and say, okay, that's that person. That's how they behave. That's who they are. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. And then some will say, this is personal. They did this to me intentionally. And then 5 years later, they're still carrying it around going, that person wronged me. And that person has moved on and rarely ever thinks of them anymore. And the bottom line is, it's time to change the way we react, respond, and see what happens around us. And notice I didn't say what happens to us, but what happens around us. The moment we make it about us is the moment it all starts to slide down that slippery slope like a mudslide or an avalanche. The moment that we can see it as an experience that will help us grow, slow, or fall is the moment we start to evolve. When we choose growth, we go up. When we choose slow, or to hold on to it, or to take it personally, then we stay where we are. The moment we choose fall, like this takes me under, then we start to go backwards. We can't have that anymore. We can't. What other people do, how they behave, what they say, their actions, I'm going to tell you now, that's not personal. The way somebody treats you is the exact same way they treat everybody else, and that's because that's what they know. That's who they are. It has nothing to do with you personally, who you are, or how you deserve to be treated. If you let them continue treating you that way, then maybe it does. You know, sometimes people treat us badly. We hope they're going to change, but we stay with them regardless. And the bottom line is, sometimes people just treat people badly or not up to the standard that we want to be treated. And we have to get ourselves together, and we have to get up and walk away from that. We can't stay in a situation that makes us unhappy. We can't. We can't think, well, we have this many years together, or we have this stuff together. Stuff, oh my gosh, don't even get me started on stuff. This show will be over and I'll still be yapping away about what we do for stuff. Houses, cars, clothes. Oh yeah, clothes. So please know that in this incarnation, let's bring it all back around now. In this incarnation, it is about feeling, growing, and knowing. We can feel, we can grow, in love, and we can know that we are part of the whole. And when we do that, we are much, much better off. Much better off. So I want to say that as long as you are in a space where you are able to separate actions and reactions, the actions that everybody else does, from the reactions that you have, or taking it on personally, then we are in an amazing space. Yep, we are. So, I was reading a Dr. Wayne Dyer book, and he was telling a story about these two monks that were traveling, walking together, and I'm gonna mess this story up a little bit, so please forgive me if I do. And they come to a creek, and there's a young woman there, and the young woman says, "Can you help me across the creek?" So the younger monk picks her up and takes her across, maybe on his shoulders or whatever, so that she gets across to the other side of the creek. And then he puts her down, and they go their separate ways. And the older monk is getting increasingly upset with this, because monks, and women, So 3 hours later, the older monk says to the younger monk, "This is, you carried that woman across the creek and da-da-da-da-da." And then the younger monk looks at him and says, "Yes, I carried her across the creek, but you've been carrying her for the past 3 hours." So ask yourself today, what have I been carrying that I no longer need? What have I been carrying that no longer serves me? What have I been carrying of mine, and nothing is ours, or somebody else's, that I don't need to carry? And then find a way to understand it and let it go, so you can move on and have a healthy, happy life. And that's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. So, okay, let's go to our first caller. Our first caller is 850, area code 850. Hi, how are you today?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm just wanting, whatever messages that you have that you see for me.
Okay, well, let's switch that around a little bit, because all kinds of messages can come in that you don't need or want. First, what's your name, love?
My name is Darlene.
Darlene, where are you calling in from today?
From Florida.
Okay, Darlene, let's go to a specific area of your life, career, love, finances, and then let's,
love of my life.
Okay, and then let's put that in the form of a question, just so that we can be very efficient about what you're looking for, what you want, and otherwise they'll go on and on about really non-specific things for you. So what is your specific question?
I've had a lot of stress in my life with my mother, my real mother, my biological mother, and then my man. I love him to pieces, but he's always had trouble with taking prescription medicines. And he knows this because, I've tried to help him with it. And now he's got to have surgery, which he is a hypochondriac, but now he's got to have surgery. And he just, I know a lot of the doctor advised against it and for him to wait, but I know he wants attention. And it's like, I'm dealing with rheumatoid arthritis and heart disease, and it's like, I want a little attention for a change, but if I'm sick, he's sick. Of course, now he is a hypochondriac, and he has tendencies to be an addict. He He doesn't take my medicine. I keep it locked up just to keep him honest. But now he's getting the surgery, and I'm worried that he's going to fall back down the track again because he doesn't think he has a problem, but he knows deep in his heart he does.
Right.
Because he had me help him with it a couple of years ago.
Okay, so
I'm kind of fearful of.
Are you ready for
He's been really short with me lately. Yeah, he's been really short with me lately.
Yeah. So are you ready for some very, very hard truths? Or do you want me to powder puff this?
Probably all the above.
Okay, so if I were to powder say, oh, don't worry, things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. And I wouldn't tell you the hard truth, which is he wants the surgery so he can get more prescriptions. He understands, you know, there's a book I read because addiction runs in my family. Addiction runs very strong in my family. So I read this book, The Addictive Mind and Addictive Thinking, Addictive Behavior, Addictive Thinking. It's a very incredible book, very small, short, to the point, amazing book. But one of the things I realized from this book is that once we have an addiction, the brain will make things happen to fulfill a way to get that addiction. So his brain right now.
I worked in a drug rehab, and I finally just told him, I said, you know, I was controlling the medicine for him, but then he was getting hateful with me. I said, you know what? That's just me enabling you. And I said, you have to want to do this on your own. So I just told him, I said, take your drugs. I'm tired of you bitching at me. And excuse my French. And so I just gave him the drugs. I said, you take care of it. And he actually has done pretty good. And, you know, now the surgery's come up, and I think he's really wanting it, you know, for the medicine too. But, you know, he would argue with me about it. And it's like, I don't know what to do.
Okay, so the real question here is, there's two questions that Spirit wants me to ask you. And the first question is, why? It's a tough question for me to ask. It's going to be an even tougher question for you to answer. What codependent tendencies do you have that says it's okay to remain in this situation?
The what now?
Yeah, okay. So what codependent tendencies do you have that tell you this is normal, healthy, loving relationship you want to or need to be in?
Well, I know it's not normal for the addiction. Of course, you know, all addicts, you know, deserve to be loved. It is an addiction. I know that.
But stop. You deserve to be loved too. And when somebody is an addict, they not only abuse themselves, they abuse others. So this is not about him getting love. This is about you being in a healthy, safe, loving relationship with a partner that can equally care for and love you. So take him out of the equation for a moment and look at your needs and wants. And then answer the question.
I guess I'm afraid. I love him. You know, I don't want him to leave me, and I'm scared I'm pushing him away when I try to tell him how I feel that I want attention. But then he'll throw it back on me. Oh, it's all me. It's all me. And I'm like, yeah, it is you, you know. And, you know, that was hard for me to say that, you know. But then he always puts a guilt trip on me.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. You have some very difficult choices to make over the next 6 months. Okay? This is not going to get easier. This is going to get more difficult. And over the next 6 months, you're going to reach your turning point where you're going to realize being alone would be better than this. Sometimes we stay in a situation because, yes, we are afraid to be alone. We want someone to love us, but we have to come to that point where we realize this person isn't capable of loving us because it's all about their addiction or all about their whatever they are going through all the time. So a lot of go ahead, I'm sorry.
If you love, no, I'm sorry, I'm bad about interrupting. How do I get him to change? I know I can't change him. So I don't want us to end in a split up. You know, I want it to get better.
Sweetie, so here's what I'll tell you. You cannot change another person. You cannot. You cannot manage other people. You cannot control other people. And you definitely cannot change other people. Sometimes when somebody loses somebody, they'll change to try to get that person back. But you cannot change him. You know with every ounce of your being, this is something, this is his so-called demon to slash. You can't slash his demon, especially if he wants to keep his demon, okay? You cannot fix him. The more important thing, though, that I will say, emphatically, I will state this, you need to fix you and why you would think this is okay. And I'm sorry if that offends you. I hope it does not. But the truth is, those of us running around trying to fix other people, we are not, we're ignoring what needs to be fixed in us. So we can be whole and we can be solid. Okay. Now, even if you were the best psychotherapist in the world, you would not date the person you were treating because you can't. And there's a reason you can't. Once you are emotionally involved, you lose proper perspective and start trying to appease instead of fix.
Well, how do I make things better? I mean, what should I do, you know?
Start working on you, love. Start working on you. Dimes to dollars. Your arthritis is caused from this situation. I would bet dimes to dollars that your arthritis that you're suffering from right now is caused because of an overload of this situation and you needing attention. And once you start working on you and healing you, I'll bet you all those symptoms go away.
There's no cure for rheumatoid. I've went to every herbalist. I've tried doing health drinks. I've tried so much, you know what I mean? And I'm young. I'm 49, you know? So I think the rheumatoid drugs that they put me on caused the heart valve to leak. You know, I don't know. I'm having a stress test done this next week in September because I've had chest pain.
Right. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you, what you believe is what you achieve, and I'm going to say there are ways to relieve symptoms, alleviate symptoms, and even, you know, they say there's no cure for HIV and AIDS, yet there are healers out there healing people who have HIV and AIDS. So there's always that miracle, if you will, that can come through. What I want to tell you, the most important thing for you is to work on you. You are not in a relationship. You are trying to manage the person that you are that you are involved with. That's what you're trying to do.
Not do that?
You're not going to like my answer, but the answer is to get out of it, get yourself clear, get yourself healthy, get yourself taken care of, and if you cannot completely let this person go, at least do not cohabitate with this person at this time, because you need to get yourself where you need to be. Okay? You can't be taking care of him and letting yourself go. He's not, he's a full-grown man. He needs to take care of himself, honey. Yeah,
he's having surgery tomorrow.
So here's what I would like to recommend to you, and for whatever this is worth to you. As long as there is a competition for attention or a need for attention, your health situation is just going to go worse and worse and worse. And he is going to...
Yes, I feel like it's a competition.
And when is competition healthy? When there's a Super Bowl ring involved. Okay? There's no Super Bowl ring here. There's nothing to win at the end of this. So you really, really need to consider finding a way to take care of yourself. You need to figure out how you can take care of yourself. You can't expect him to put you first. The only thing he puts first is his addiction. So you need to put your self-care first. Okay, sweetie?
How do I do that, though, when he's fixing that surgery tomorrow, and it's like I don't want to lose him, but I understand what you're saying at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to recommend. I'm going to recommend you get an actual reading, because this is going to take a very long time to explain to you. If you're not in a place where you even know how to put yourself first yet, then we need to book a reading so that I can help guide you through this with all the angels and guides on the other side. So I'm going to recommend that you do that, but I'm going to tell you right now, this relationship over the next 6 months is going to be torment, and you're going to have to make some tough decisions. Okay, sweetie?
Okay.
You have an absolutely amazing week. I hope his surgery goes well, and I look forward to you booking a session. Thank you so much for calling in today.
Thank you, and I'm sorry I took up so much time.
It's okay. Thank you so much for calling. We are going to go to caller number 805, area code 805. You are next. Hello, how are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm fine. This is Donna. How are you?
Hi, Donna. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Where are you calling in from today, sweetie?
I'm from California.
Oh, wonderful. I know a lot of wonderful people in California. So, Donna, did you want to make a connection to the other side, or did you have a question for me?
Yeah, I'll tell you to the other side, because I have my mother who I can pick up messages once in a while, and my mom came through, and it was her. She's on the other side. Her name is Anne, and she said, you're going to be rewarded. And, and then it's like I had 2 dreams with her, being on the other side, and in both dreams we're celebrating. And we're happy and we're joyful. So I feel something's coming in, and I want to know what you were picking up, if you could ask her on the other side, or if she comes in for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Donna, did you call in last week? Because this is like a deja vu from a caller last week.
I don't know. I call, but I don't remember who I call actually.
Okay, so I do believe we did talk last week, and the reward is a surprise. The reward is a surprise. It is not something I can tell you. I can tell you, just like I did last week, it's still coming. It's coming in soon. It'll be here within a month. And you are going to be pleasantly surprised by this. It is going to accelerate some things in your life, and you are going to be very, very happy when this happens. Okay, sweetie?
Oh, yeah, because I was playing the Powerball, and I heard, I have certain numbers that I play all the time, and I decided to take off the 1 and put it as the mega, and then all day I was concentrating on 4, and I picked the 1 instead of the 4. I would have won 8,000.
Oh my!
I didn't go on my intuition. I played 1, but I don't think that's the thing coming in, because I think it's bigger than that, because it's to help my family, whatever's coming in. I feel like, because I heard my brother too say that we're going to be honoring you, whatever that means. I guess I don't know.
Well, and here I'm going to say this again. Sometimes they want to surprise you. And if I told you, it would not be a surprise. And don't be focused purely on money. There are many ways that they can reward and honor you. Money is just one of them. Okay. So be very open to all of the possibilities. Sometimes our reward is a really good person that comes into our life and blesses us in many ways. So just keep a very, very, very open mind on how or to what can come in for you. Okay, sweetie?
Yeah. Do you have anything that my mom wants to say from the other side for me, or my nephew, Garrett? My nephew, Garrett's nice.
Sure. So the message that I'm getting, and it doesn't matter who gives the message in this case, because it is loved ones, and it's a very, whomever would be talking would be saying the same thing, but keep moving forward. Don't hesitate. Okay. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate, and don't make like don't mince words. Don't mince words, and I don't know what that means, but they're saying that. So keep moving forward, and don't have hesitation. Just keep like plowing forward. Keep going forward, and you will be where you need to. You'll be in the right place at the right time for whatever is coming in. Okay, sweetie?
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. And you have yourself
I'll let you know what comes through. I'll let you know what comes in for me.
I would love that. Thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of the week.
Hey, you too. Thanks.
Thank you. We are going to go to caller 305 next. Caller 305. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you so much for calling in today. How can I help you?
Well, and this is the first time I call into the show, so okay. I'm not exactly sure. But I wanted to find out about my love life. Okay. And if you see anything happening for me, I would like to have a companion, and I've been alone for a while, but I haven't met anybody, and well, just whatever you see for me.
Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing, yes, you have been alone for quite some time, a substantial amount of time, and that's okay. Sometimes we spend some time alone and we're getting ourselves together, figuring out who we are. But what they're saying is over the next 6 months, you are going to meet someone. You'll actually have two perspective or possible people come in. The first one, he's a good guy. he's a really good person. The first partner is very good, but this person is going to have some quirks. Like there's something about this person that just doesn't sit right with you, okay? And so that doesn't get strong. It's like that chemistry isn't there. So then another person is going to come in right after that. And that's going to be a much more suitable match for you. It's going to be somebody who is more in alignment with the way you think. The first person, I feel like the first person is rigid. They're very rigid. This is how things get done. Maybe even a little OCD. But the second person, yeah, the second person is very much in alignment with the way you think, a little bit more easygoing, been through a little bit more in life, and is just really kind and very open-minded, not as strict about things, not as rigid about things. So just when that first person comes, don't feel disappointed if you are, if it doesn't work out, because right on the heels of that, somebody else is going to come in who's a much better person. Now, I do have to say, where are you calling from, love?
I'm calling from Miami, Florida.
Okay, good. You know, I'm seeing like a big festival, and I feel like I see a big Ferris wheel, and it's like a fair or a festival, but I definitely see a big Ferris wheel, and I see like so obviously an outside event. This is where you're going to meet the second person. Whatever this event is, I feel like it might only come once a year. Is that true?
Okay.
I don't know. But whatever it is, I feel like it's set up. It's set up, whether it comes once a year or not, it's set up along water. I see water, and I see this huge Ferris wheel. And I feel like this might be where you meet the second person. Now, timing is everything on this one. Timing is everything. So don't worry, you can't miss it, but don't sit in your house. Like in that, you know, I feel like you meet the first person around the 4-month mark, and then the second person right around that 5.5 month mark. So whatever's around to go out and about, get a friend and go out and enjoy whatever is happening outside, especially at dusk, like that, the sun going down time, like that 5 through 7, 8 o'clock time. I feel like that's going to be the key time, and it's right. I'm hearing 5.5 months more so, but I always give a little leeway. So when that time comes, get out there, enjoy life, and go do things, go walk around, do things, and be in public places. Okay. I have a couple of friends that are always saying, when am I going to meet someone? And I say, unless you want it to be the pizza delivery guy or someone breaking in, you're not, because you don't get out and go. So get out and go, enjoy things. And the second guy, he's a keeper. I'm hearing he's a keeper. You guys will have a long-term relationship, and it will be something that allows you to grow and to feel safe in. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That gives me some idea, because there is a fair coming. I at the end of the year.
Okay, good.
And they do have a Ferris wheel, and it's a once-a-year event, and it's next to a lake.
Good.
So
yeah, so that's perfect. So I would say make plans to go there twice, at least 2 times. And make sure, but like around that time, and really enjoy it. Look around, see who's also, and smile a lot while you're there, okay? Because you have a beautiful smile. So smile a lot while you're there. Okay. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And thank you so much for calling in today. It was wonderful to chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Absolutely my pleasure. We are going to go to caller 707 next. Hello, 707. How are you?
Hi, fine. How are you? I spoke with you last week. This is Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Thank you. So, Valerie, I want to be honest. Until you start telling me what we're talking about, I don't remember readings because they're channeled through me. So what's your question, or do you have something new you'd like to discuss?
Oh, well, last week we talked about a relationship that's coming in, you said in 3 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to know how you get your timing, because I've had readings before, and it's always 3 weeks. No, not 3 weeks, but 3 months, and then 3 months, and then it's another 3 months. So I'm kind of curious as to how you get your information. And then my second question, too, was, do you see work coming in? I mean, I don't necessarily have to work, but I kind of want to be busy.
Okay, so let's tackle the second question first. So work is coming in. You are going to find something that you want to do and that you like to do. They're not saying you're going to love this, but you're going to like it. That's going to come in approximately a month. In approximately a month, you should have, given the fact that you are out there and you are looking, in approximately a month, you're going to have something. Now, I actually feel like this work, I feel like it is, you hear about this from someone. Someone tells you about this and you look into it, and then you really like it and you start doing it. I feel like this work is going to be, I'm sorry?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello. I feel like this work is going to be something that you find, they're using the word captivating. Very, very captivating. So,
okay.
And can this is weird, but I'm going to bring it up. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I'm hearing financial industry. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to become a financial advisor, although maybe you will, maybe you won't. But what I am hearing is that whether you're helping somebody who's in the financial industry or whatever it is, this has something to do in a very vague way with that, okay? Now,
okay, so that means okay.
Now, how do I get my information? Well, I channel information from angels, guides, and what I like to just call straight up God or creator, because all things come from there. Why you have heard 3 months, 3 months, and 3 months is possibly because, you know, we ask for a person that is a certain way, but we have to clear ourselves. We have to be open to that person and in alignment with that person. Sometimes the person that we're meant to be with could be right in front of us, but if we have a block, a fear, or, you know, we're just not open to that type of person yet, we will not see that person. They'll walk right by us, and they won't see us because we're not a vibrational match to that person, so to say, or we're having a block, and they're you know, we're wavelengths, and we might miss each other. So I am still hearing this person is coming. If you do have some trepidation or fear or a little bit of hesitation when you think about being in an all-in, full-on relationship, I recommend strongly that you get that cleared up and you do it quickly.
Oh,
I feel
it's cleared up.
Okay, good.
No problem.
Then this person should come in approximately. Now, I'm hearing about a week and a half. Now, this is the other thing I want to tell you. Sometimes we look at people and we assess them. Now, you have a very high list for the person coming in for you. Your expectations of this person. Don't judge a book by its cover, because you might find that somebody who looks like a pauper is actually a prince. Okay? So you are going to want to not judge a book by its cover. Have a conversation, get to know the person. They might pleasantly surprise you. People who have money don't show up making it rain, as they say, okay? They're smart about their money. They don't let people know that from the get-go. They're not always advertising that, okay? Does that make sense to you? So you look at people and you assess them in 3 seconds and you say yes or no. They're asking you to take a little bit more time to assess prospective partners because you might be missing something good because of how they look. A lot of times those guys that are dressed really nice and trying to look like they have money are trying to look like they have money, and they really don't.
Right.
Okay? So don't judge a book by its cover. Get into the pages and find out what it's really about before you say no, okay?
Okay, and is this somebody that I know, or is this a brand new person?
I think it might be somebody. I think it might be somebody you already know. I feel like there is the opportunity with somebody that you already know, but there is also a brand new person coming in. Okay, sweetie?
Yeah, I want the brand new person.
Yeah, we all do. We love new beginnings. We love new beginnings, don't we? We certainly do. We certainly do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Going backwards is not something I would want to do.
Yeah, you know what? When they say it's somebody you already know, I don't feel like it's somebody you've already been with. I feel like it might be a friend of a friend that maybe you met once and is coming back around again. You didn't have anything with this person. It's not even somebody that you would say is a friend. Like, it's somebody that knows somebody you know, and they're like, you may have been introduced to them at an event, and now there's going to be another event, and you might get the opportunity to say hello to this person once again. Okay?
Okay.
So it's not, when I say somebody you know, it's somebody you've met, but not somebody you're acquainted with. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Oh,
Excellent.
this sounds really great. Thank you so very much.
You are absolutely welcome. You have yourself an amazing week, and I hope to hear from you again with some good news.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You are welcome. I have time for one more caller, 973 area code. How are you today?
Excellent, and you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, love?
Tina.
Tina, where are you calling in from today?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Excellent. Tina, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I wanted to ask about a relationship, a friendship with Christian.
Okay, so what's your question, love?
Just where's it going? What the Spirit has for Christian and I.
Okay, give me a second here because there's something going on with this relationship that is, they're using the word undercover. How long have the two of you been together, love?
We just started talking recently. It's very early.
Thank you. Oh, phew, phew. Okay, so I'm going to say something here, and this is what I feel, the information I feel like I'm getting, so I'm going to share it. First of all, go slow, because one of you, at least one of you, is just coming out of something, kind of just ending something, and it is still on the edge of that ending. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this I am going to tell you. Now, please listen to the words carefully. You and this person have the potential to have a really good connection and relationship, okay? You have the potential to have a very good relationship, a strong relationship. However, you can't skip any steps. You can't jump into it too quickly. You have to take your time. You have to, as well as becoming partners, you have to become friends. That's going to be first and foremost for this to work out. You need to know each other's closets, so to say. That's the word they're using, like what's in each other's closets, before you can really move forward with this. Now, because there are two people involved, both people have free will, and either one can decide to change things quickly. Don't go too quickly. It will freak this person out. It will freak Christian out. They will not be comfortable if things go too quickly. Christian likes to be in charge of things. Christian likes to kind of call the shots or make things happen, if you will. So allow that a little bit. Oh, my dog is obviously agreeing with me. Maxie, no. Shh, 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 shh. He is going to be helping me with the rest of this reading, apparently. I'm gonna, it's so funny. I'm gonna turn the camera so everybody can see him. He's under his blanket and he is barking like a boss, and he's really not a boss. So that's the little guy barking right now. I hope you all can see him. Yeah, he looks intimidating with that blanket over him, doesn't he? Like a little old man there. Maxie. So, okay, so I'm coming back to me. I'm sorry about that, everybody. So here's, thank you. He's quite amazing. Stop it. Sit. Lay. He doesn't listen. He's going to bark again in a second, but that worked for a second. You and Christian have the potential to have something really strong, really good, and lifelong, as long as you pay attention and go slow. Don't worry about the end game. Worry about today and tomorrow, okay? Don't be thinking right away, oh, are we going to get married? Does he want me? No. Change that to, do I want him? Is this what I'm looking for? Okay? Does that make sense to you, love?
Perfect sense. And Christian is a Leo, so yes, he's very outgoing, and he has to be the boss. So that's very true.
If you don't mind letting a guy lead the way, he could be the perfect man for you. But again, go slow, okay?
Yes, I agree with that 100%. Is he afraid of love or anything?
Aren't we all? Aren't we all a little bit afraid of love? So what I'm getting is, yeah, he does have some trepidation. That's another reason they're saying go slow. Leos can tend to be on the surface, but there's another part of them that can be very deep. And they want to know what's inside as well as what's outside is very important, but they kind of want to know what's inside too. At least this Leo does. So give him tidbits of what's inside, but don't give him the whole story, okay?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna, my show is almost done here, but thank you so much for calling in. I hope to hear from you again in the future.
Well, this is my first time calling. How do we reach you outside of this for reading?
You can go to my website, Toni, TONIG.info, INFO. So if you want to reach out to me, that's a perfect way to do it. And I would love to continue this outside of this phone call. Thank you so much.
Okay, your show is every Monday at 1 o'clock?
Yep, every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern and noon Central.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you have an amazing week.
You have an amazing week as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank you for listening in this afternoon. This has been an amazing, amazing hour. Being able to answer your questions and help you in any way that I possibly can. If you would like more information on me, you can go to my website. You can connect with me on Facebook. Every once in a while, I'll pop up and do a Facebook Live and answer questions. You can also connect with me on Instagram and YouTube. I want to thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to next week's messages from above at 1 Eastern, 12 Central. Thanks, and have an absolutely amazing week. Bye-bye.